Hey, it's Joyce Rockwood, and I'm super excited to be in my kitchen today with my mom.
Hi, everybody.
This is Barbara. Now, I know the holidays are upon us, and I know how important it is for you to still feel sexy and sassy in your own body while you're still enjoying the foods that bring you joy. So today, I asked my mom in to share her most amazing, my personal favorite roasted veggie recipe with you, so you can have a step-by-step process to making this unbelievable, drool-worthy recipe in your own kitchen. So Mom, why don't you tell everyone what they're going to need in order to be successful in making this recipe, right?
Well, you'll need some baking sheets. I like to line them with either parchment paper or these reusable, washable sheets. And of course, some nice, fresh, organic vegetables. Starting with our favorite is eggplant. And then you'll need some salt, some pink salt, and extra virgin olive oil. And it's, of course, Himalayan pink salt. I guess it's all from Himalayan. And either some drying cooling racks that you might use for cookies, or a colander, because we want to drain the eggplant.
Right, because it has a lot of extra moisture, and so we want to make sure that the recipe is not laden with all of the water that's going to pull out of the eggplant otherwise. So we're going to show you a step-by-step process on how to make sure that you're pulling all that excess moisture and the bitterness out of the eggplant. Now we've chosen what? Yellow zucchini and
red peppers and yellow peppers.
But if you have an aversion to any of these vegetables and you have other favorites, then you can certainly swap out whatever you like for the ones that you don't. All right, so stay tuned. We're going to take you right through this step-by-step process so you can make this amazing recipe and have everyone wearing bibs and drooling throughout the holidays and still feeling amazing in your body while you enjoy the foods that you love. Okay, Mom, so what is everyone's next step if they're preparing this at home?
The next step is to take the eggplant, if you washed it, cut it into like 1-inch wheels like this. If you're going to leave it as 1-inch wheels, you can place them on cooling racks to drain. Or, as we're going to do, we're going to cut them into wedges and put them in a colander. So then we're going to salt very generously with pink salt, both sides.
Oh, both sides. Okay, I didn't realize that. That's important. Both sides, because that'll help to drain the water out more readily, right?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, so if you're using cooling racks, it'll be a little faster to drain, I think, like this. And if you're gonna do what we're doing in our next step, using a colander, then you're gonna cut these wheels into big chunks. Stay tuned. Mom, it looks like you've cut up all the eggplant. What's everyone's next step?
So now the next step is in a colander, in our case, and placing it in a larger bowl to let it drain. If you left it in the wheels, you would place it on cooling racks to drain.
Perfect, right? Anything else they need to know? That's it.
You would put that over either a cookie sheet or paper towels. Be surprised how much moisture comes out of your eggplant.
Okay, stay tuned. Okay, Mom, looks like you've cut up the peppers and...
Yes, the next step is to place them in a bowl, and then I have my Himalayan pink salt handy here, and my EVOO, and we're going to generously salt, toss, and salt, and I'm going to have a spoon here handy, which is probably better than my fingers. And then we're gonna EVOO, extra virgin olive oil.
And people can be generous with that oil, right, Mom?
Oh yeah, because that's what helps to crisp it up. Toss it so every little side is covered.
Now, normally I would, recommend you cook with coconut oil because it has a high boiling point and it's less rancid on the blood. But the flavor for this dish does really call for the EVOO, right, Mom?
Absolutely.
Okay. And then what's their next step after that's generously been oiled and salted and tossed?
Maybe a little bit more salt. And then we're going to place it on this cooking sheet that we put this sheet on to protect it.
The roasting pan with, now I'm using the reusable sheet, you can use parchment paper.
Parchment or reusable.
And then Mom, the trick here.
Spread them out so there's some air in between because you want them to evaporate all the moisture off, and if they're crowded, it'll be too wet. And you want to have that sweet roasted flavor.
Yeah, so space in between is important. Okay. Okay, Mom, what you got next?
So I've cut up the zucchini and I've already placed some of it into the bowl. I'm going to continue putting the rest into the bowl. And as I did with the peppers, the Himalayan sea salt, pink salt, freshly ground, and EVOO, extra virgin olive oil, nothing but the best, and toss so it's evenly coated and distributed, because you want everything to be coated with the oil and the salt for the flavor and for the browning technique.
Yeah, the browning technique is where all the flavors really, really come alive. And then after you toss, what's your next step?
We're going to place it here.
And again, guys, the trick here is to make sure what, Mom?
We're going to try and leave some space. Well, there's a lot of zucchini here.
Well, we might have to second tray it.
Well, what we can do is, you know, as it starts roasting, we can get a spatula and separate them. You don't have to start another tray for a few pieces.
All right, so guys, just make sure you're spreading it out evenly so that they're not laying on top of one another.
As best you can.
And then okay, Mom, what's everyone's next step making this at home?
So I drained the eggplant, then I rinsed it with cool water, and then I got the idea to use my lettuce spinner.
My lettuce spinner.
Put it in the lettuce spinner, spun it around. Now I'm going to put it in a big bowl and add the salt and olive oil, and then put it in my pan and put it in the oven.
And we're done. Okay, Mom, home stretch. What you got?
Well, I finished roasting all 3 types of vegetables in 3 different pans. The reason being that they roast at different time frames. So now I've mixed them together, and of course you can eat it now, but I find the finishing touches, the oven is off, I put it in a pan all together, cover it with foil, place it back in the oven and let it just sit there for an hour so all the flavors meld together. You can eat this room temperature, hot, or even chilled. It's wonderful.
I can't wait to dive in. All right, if you try this recipe at home, we absolutely want to know how it goes. Please post in the comments below, and we'll see you on the other side. Thanks, Mom.
Welcome.